Hi, Federico. This is Yashasvi from Law 2.0 conference. Very congratulations for getting recognized on a platform.
Thank you very much, Yash. It's a pleasure seeing you online, and
Right.
thank you also for the recognition.
All right. Can you please introduce yourself and your organization you're representing today?
Sure, I'll try and be as simple as possible because this introduction is always a bit complicated, and you will listen to it and understand why. So
Right.
my name is Vasoli. I'm an Italian lawyer, and I qualified in Milan. But my very first job was in Beijing 20 years ago. China was very different at the time, but I
Okay.
will not get into that. So now I have been working extensively in Southeast Asia for a long time. I'm actually recording this video from Hanoi, from our office in Vietnam. So my organization is called dMTV. It is incorporated in Singapore as dMTV Global. So Singapore is our headquarters. I'm Italian. I've lived and worked in Southeast Asia for a long time. I'm recording from Hanoi. We also have offices here in Hanoi, Vietnam, as well as Ho Chi Minh City, which is the
Okay.
second important city in Ho Chi Minh City, as well as Malta as a European base. So I know it sounds a bit of a mishmash, but it's pretty cool and international. So that's pretty much who I am.
I see. Thank you so much for introducing. And yes, I can see you're working from working from only one place, but handling different locations, if I'm not wrong.
Exactly, exactly.
All right.
Exactly. Yeah, because
That's
we work quite extensively. Sorry for that. We work quite extensively with international clients.
right.
So our clients come from virtually all over the world,
Okay.
and they are initially they were manufacturing clients. So
I see.
being Italian, especially from the northern part of Italy, those of you that are familiar with the part of the world know that northern Italy is really strong at manufacturing.
Right.
And with the development of China and other countries, of course, they were seeking for new opportunities and to
All right.
extend manufacturing capabilities. So that is why China initially was so big, and eventually Southeast Asia, and then other countries. But then we moved from there because these companies were normally family owned. So
Right.
that to assisting private clients, normally high net worth individuals, in their tax planning and asset protection needs,
All right.
always full compliance with the law. And eventually, this also developed to new industries, so digital clients, fintech clients, etc. And that is why we are so diversified in terms of industries and locations.
Right. All right. That's really good to know that. Other than that, if we talk about this law industry, like how do you think this law industry is transforming lives at a global scale?
Transforming lives, it has been transforming lives since its inception. That is, being a lawyer, being working in the legal industry, evidently entails serving people and upholding the rule of law. So it does transform lives. The very fact that you work in that very industry.
I see.
Nowadays, I believe I've just returned from an event that was hosted by an organization here in Hanoi about the
Okay.
economic outlook of Vietnam, and I see how the law changes and transforms lives, and therefore how we, legal professionals,
Right.
transform lives. When it comes to the role of law in the development of an economy and of a society. So the number one issue for a number of countries, including my native Italy,
Right.
is legal reforms to make sure that the economy grows, that
Right.
foreign investors' expectations are met. So
Right.
yes, this is of course I'm telling you all this from a business lawyer's perspective. Evidently, those of us that work in the domains of family law, criminal law, etc., will see even more than that. But evidently, there is a role that does shape people's lives, and that requires us to abide by the highest possible professional and also, say, ethical and personal standards.
I see. I see. Well, that's really good to know that. Other than that, like how did it feels to receive recognition for your accomplishments?
It was unexpected because it was not something that I applied for myself. Like I thought, I would really like to get recognized. No,
Right.
it the opportunity presented itself, and it was, as I said, unexpected. It was a beautiful surprise. I think it is a recognition to what I do, which is a bit different from what an average Italian lawyer does.
Right.
So I felt good. It was nice.
All right, all right. That's really good to know, and I'm happy that you loved it. Other than that, like if we talk about this conference, like you've watched the conference virtually, so what do you think about our conference then?
Well, first of all, I would like to apologize for not being able to attend in person. I would have loved to meet you, the organizers, and the fellow lawyers and other attendees, because I'm sure that it must have been great.
Right.
And it would have been also nice to meet people in person, also to forge potential professional alliances. Why not? And do something together, exchange experiences, exchanging views. So I only limited myself to viewing parts of the Law 2.2 conference online on YouTube.
Right.
And I have to say that there were a few bits that were quite interesting. One was about the formula of formulas, that is trying to deliver something that goes beyond a P&L. So having a purpose in what you do,
I see.
which is always quite important. I mean, just doing something for the sake of getting money at the end of the month is not really motivating. If you know, the more you progress and the more you realize it. Then it was interesting to learn about other lawyers' views on billable hours. I've always been, I'll tell you, I've always been against billable hours. That is, the very concept of charging by the hour is a limitation on one side and something that is not liked on the other. Why is it a limitation? It is a limitation for lawyers because you only have 24 hours in a day. So if you're really good at it, charge not.
I get it.
Also, if you're really productive, if you're quick, if you're good, if you know your stuff, why shouldn't you get a recognition, a monetary recognition for that? So if I can do in 5 minutes what my competitor does in 1 hour, why don't I get actually more than what he gets?
Right.
Would be, yes, fine, you could follow more clients within the same hour, and he only follows one because it's slow. Fair enough, but it's necessarily true because it actually depends on how many clients you get. On the other hand, of course, it is an incentive for lawyers to work less. Because if you can do it in 5 minutes, but then you want to charge it by the hour, you say, you know what, I'm going to charge 2 hours instead of 5 minutes. And that's scamming essentially. So clients do not like it. Clients want to have certainty. They want to have a clear view, a clear budget of what a lawyer is going to cost. Evidently, there are gray areas where you don't know how long, for instance, a lawsuit is going to take. You don't know how complex examination document would be. But giving a budget, more or less, to a client, I think makes sense. It also makes sense in terms of planning for the law firm. I see it myself. One of the most frustrating things in my profession is that it is really difficult to plan because I don't have back here a warehouse full of microchips or whatever other
I get it. I get it.
goods that I have to market, sell, use discounts on, etc., buy discounts on, etc. I have my colleagues' brain and my colleagues' brains and their skills. So it is difficult to market these things, and evidently having the possibility to charge a lump sum allows us to have a clearer number and say, look, maybe we're losing out on billable hours, but we're going to X out of this case. Let's allocate X for saving, renewal, employment, whatever, and that is better for us. So all in all, it was a very interesting conference, and again, I'm sorry that I could not attend in person, but well done.
No worries, but even like we'll be expecting you to in our upcoming conference as well. Definitely. What do you think?
It would be nice. It would be nice. Yes, absolutely. When and where will it be?
We will be having the upcoming conference in the month of February, you can say.
Right. Also in the States or somewhere else?
Yes, for the States, we will be having in the month of March. So you can say for the Dubai conference that we will be having in the month of Feb. The March one, that will be the Vegas one then.
Okay, interesting. Thanks for sharing.
All right. That's really good to know that. Other than that, please tell us where we can find more about you. Good to know more about your organization. Please do tell us.
Absolutely. So my firm is called dMTV Global. It is actually an acronym. It's a homage to my family because my family inherits a 3-century-old family tradition in the legal profession. So the name is the surnames of the family, the Federico Vasoli. They're Italian. And therefore you can find our website, dmtvglobal.com. Or else you can look me up on major social networks like Facebook and LinkedIn, especially LinkedIn for professional reasons. Federico Vasoli. You will find videos, podcasts, links to podcasts, posts, etc. I'm currently also, by the way, if you could be very interested, I'm also serving currently as the deputy chairman of the Italian Chamber of Commerce here in Vietnam. So if the Italian Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam, you'll also find me there.
I see. Well, that's really good to know that. Other than that, thank you so much, Enrico, for having me here. It was lovely speaking with you. As said, yes, I'll be more than happy to see you in our upcoming conference as well.
It will be a pleasure.
All
Thank
right.
you, and thank you to your colleagues as well. Thank
Have a
you, Yash.
lovely day. Bye bye.
Bye. You too. Bye bye. Thank you.